everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or should I say Eid Mubarak for everybody that is celebrating. Eid, for those of you who don't know, is like a Muslim's version of Christmas. We get 2 a year, by the way, we're lucky. And it is to mark the end of the month of fasting, the month of Ramadan. And I thought that I would throw together a quick makeup tutorial for you guys to see. I am wearing a shalwar kameez. Are you impressed? It's not often it happens, by the way. So yeah, so I wanted to do something. I've done Eid tutorials before, but I wanted to do one which I hadn't done, like a purple sparkly one. So I'm wearing one of the Stila Magnificent Metals on my eyes. I'm wearing a Stila lipstick, and I've just gone full on glam. And I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.
Hello everybody, so first I'm going to be priming my eyes with the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Enigma, which I've been using quite a lot recently. It's a very neutral matte primer for your eyes that will keep your eyeshadow in place all day. And then the primer for the face is the Smashbox Photo Finish primer. This was like the last few squeezes of it. I've been using something different since then, but just use any primer that you like tend to use on a regular basis. I tend to like go through different ones. And my eyebrows are now done. Wow, that was magic. My eyebrow tutorial is below for you guys, by the way. And now I'm just setting everything with the NYX HD powder in Banana, because I've got concealer around my eyes and on my eyes. Now I'm using the Queen of Hearts palette by Coloured Raine, and the first shade that I'm using is Air, and I just use that to basically just set everything again on my eyes using a Sigma E40 tapered blending brush. And now I'm applying excuse me, the brow bone shade, which is called Crown, and then I'm going in with a shade called Princess, which is a lovely mauvey sort of dusky rose shade. And I'm using a Morphe M330 blending crease brush to go backwards and forwards in the crease to kind of start to build up the intensity, and just keep going backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. And then I'm using the shade Ladyship, and I'm using a Zoeva 228 crease brush, and I'm going into the lower crease because we're really going to kind of smoke out these eyes quite a bit and make sure that the glitter afterwards blends in nicely. Then go back in with that same brush and just blend out any harsh lines. Now I'm using Stila's Magnificent Metal liquid eyeshadow in the shade Violet Vixen, and I'm applying it quite thickly all over my eyelid. And then I'm going to use a Makeup Addiction Cosmetics brush called the Shader to blend it all out so that it's not a thick block of colour. And I'm very gently blending it upwards as well so that it blends nicely into the purple shades above, so you've got like a nice gradient effect going on. And then because that tends to sheer it out a little bit, I've just layered a little bit more just to make it really nice and intense, because obviously if I'm wearing glitter I want it to show, right? Otherwise what's the point? Okay, and then I'm using the Brow Artiste Plumper from L'Oreal just to set my brows, which I always do after I've done my eyeshadow, purely because sometimes I get eyeshadow on my brows and then it's like, oh, okay, so this is the best way to remove it, tidy your brows as well as set them. Now I'm using the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Finish Foundation in the shade Golden, and this is a very full coverage foundation, but obviously I'm going for a full coverage, full glam makeup look. This is for Eid, so basically just cover your face. That was an S, by the way, which showed up backwards. I thought it looked cool at the time, but now looking at it I'm like, you weirdo. And then I'm using a Morphe M439 Deluxe buffing brush just to blend it all in. This is one of the best brushes I tend to use for stick foundations, because they can be very thick to blend around, and this one is a very kind of heavy duty, very thick buffing brush, so I tend to use that just to blend everything out. Oh, it's tiring watching this. So how are you guys anyway? Anyways, let's move on. So the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Medium is what I'm using under my eyes. If you're wondering why I'm doing my concealer and foundation the other way around, it's because I use glitter and sometimes there's a little bit of fallout with these. Funnily enough, there was none this time, so I was kind of like, oh, maybe I should have done it in my normal way. But yeah, so apply it to the under eyes, high points of your face, and then I'm using a damp beauty blender to blend it all out. And at the same time I'm kind of sharpening the edges of the eyeshadow as well, so that it's all kind of nice and tidy, because I want to do the eyeliner over it and make sure there's no peeking of eyeshadow underneath, which can happen sometimes. I don't mind so much, but this time I'm trying to be really sharp and precise. Now I'm using the shade Banana from the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, and the other shade, which I can't remember what it's called. This is the original contour kit, by the way, and I'm just going to be setting all the concealer that I just applied to my face, and I'm using a Real Techniques contour brush, which is one of my favorite brushes. Now I'm using the Airspun Loose Powder and Translucent, and I am setting my foundation with the Sigma F30 large powder brush. This is a really amazing face powder, so I use it all the time, recently anyways, until I finish the 10 that I bought back from New York. And now I'm lining my eyes with a liquid eyeliner. This is the NYX liquid eyeliner. Are they getting rid of this, guys? I bought this in America and Canada, by the way, so I've got quite a few backups. But I'm doing this quite thickly because when you're wearing glitter, sometimes the glitter can try to peek through, and I just generally am quite slow at doing my eyeliner because I'm following that line, as you can see, which actually makes it a little bit easier. But freehand, you have to be very, very slow. So please take your time. Sometimes when you watch videos and it's all speeded up, it's all a lie. This is how it really is. And generally I have a mirror right up, shoved up my nose as well. Yeah, so now I'm going to be doing the lower lash line. I'm using the shade Ladyship again, and I'm blending it in with a Royal and Langnickel Pro Pencil blending brush. This is just so that it matches the top of the eyes, and obviously I'm going with the whole purple sort of theme. So just blend that backwards and forwards until it's nice and diffused. And then I'm using the Rimmel Scandalized Kohl Kajal eyeliner just to line my waterline. I always tend to do this. This is like a habit of mine, part of my makeup routine. Always have black kohl. And now I'm using the shade Crown again, the same one that I used on my brow bone, and I'm applying it to my tear duct area with a MAC pencil brush. This is just to brighten up the inner corners of the eye because the shades are quite dark. Then I'm using the Maybelline Colossal Big whatever thingy mascara that is called. Just use whatever mascara you want. And then I'm using the Scarlet eyelashes by Huda Beauty, which are awesome and amazingly huge. And then I'm using the Push Up Angel mascara, also by Maybelline, to do my lower lashes. I love this mascara because it's such a thin, long wand. And then obviously make your funny faces. Do you guys notice how many weird faces I make in all my makeup tutorials? But yeah, okay, I digress. And now I'm using the contour kit again to carve out my cheekbones using a Sigma F40 contour brush, large angled contour brush, that's it. Something like that. And I'm using this to give my face some dimension, because using foundation can make your face look very flat, and this is just how I carve out my face to give it a little bit more, less roundness is what I would say. And then I'm going to be using the Airspun powder, and I'm using a M459 flat contour brush by Morphe just to tidy it all up, because as you can see I've gone in very heavily with the contour. That is the purpose of this video. It is a full glam one. Then I'm using a contour brush by Real Techniques again just to blend it all out and tidy everything up. Now I'm using the shade Matahari by NARS, and I'm applying that to the backs of my cheeks as I always do, not the apples because I have a round face, using a blush brush by MAC. And then I'm using a large fan brush, an M310 large fan brush by Morphe, and I'm using the Lime Crime Highlight Blossoms palette in the shade Lavender to apply it to the tops of my cheekbones, because again we're going for a very lovely purpley, kind of glowy, amazingly full-on glittery glam, you know, the huge for me. And just apply it to all the areas that you choose to. If you don't like to do it on your nose, please don't argue with me, you know, about how you don't like it on my face, but you don't have to do it on yours. You can do something similar, or not at all even. Alright, anyway, so now I'm using the NYX powder just to tidy everything up, and just to make sure that there is like no powder that is coming down too further down my face to kind of make it look weird. And then I'm using the shade Bacca, which is one of the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipsticks, one of my favorite ones. It's such an amazing bold fuchsia color, and I think it really complements the strong eyes. Sometimes strong eyes and strong lips you can do, guys, and this is one of those instances where I think it looks pretty good. And then just apply that all over your lips, of course, making it look nice and neat and tidy. And then I'm just setting my face using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. And voila, the look is done. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!